Happy Wednesday night, my friends. Or if you're watching it on the replay, whatever time it is, what's going on? Oh, I'm well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing fine. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care, and tonight, man, we are going to work on some cards together. So you are at the right place if that's what you're looking for. All right. So I hope everybody's doing well, man. Happy. Is it almost? It's almost the middle of November. What do you guys think about that? You know, and yeah, I'm just kind of getting my stuff set up over here. I realized I was a minute behind, and then I was trying to get on my own live here on Instagram so I can read all the questions that you guys might have for me tonight. So bear with me. I'll figure it out at some point. But until then, I'll just say what's up. Happy November 15th or 14th. 13th, 12th, whatever. I'm already thinking about November 15th because that's opening day of hunting season here in Michigan. So that's something that I'm excited for. So that's what I got going on, you guys. And I got a handful of cards we'll work on tonight too, all right? And then if I can get my my monitor to work there. Now I can read my monitor, all right? So I hope you guys are doing well, man. You guys have been on fire with all the great information and all the pictures you've been sending me. You know, I appreciate you guys, man. Oh, dude, in Michigan, you guys, I love cards, but I tell you what, it's whitetail season. That's right. So I'm a deer hunter, you know. Oh, Michelle, you said boo. Michelle's got the biggest deer at her property, and she's not a hunter, so she just takes pictures of them and teases me. But hello to Texas in the house. What's up from Detroit, Metro Detroit? You know, I'm here every Wednesday night, you guys, and I'm Kurt, and if you're new, welcome. I work on cards live. If you've ever seen me do pictures, like before and after pictures, I've always enjoyed just doing little projects and, you know, working on collectibles, and cards have always been my thing, and so we're going to do that tonight, and we'll do something old, something new. I got a gaming card, and if you're one of my frequent visitors or one of my longtime customers, I hope you guys are doing great. Thanks for being here. And yeah, tonight I have a Chrome card. We'll open up some packs. We'll do, I cracked open a PSA5 today, you know. Oh yeah, Denver, you like my mustache? My wife and kids said no, they did not like it. So I don't know if you guys have friends that you do a group thing with or something. So my friends were like, at hunting camp this year, we're all going to have great mustaches. And I was like, really? And since my buddy Mike it's his place, and it was Mike's idea. So we're like, all right, you know, whatever. I can grow a decent mustache, so I don't care. But it's more like white. It's like salt and pepper right now. So I'm getting older. I look like my dad. You know, God bless my dad. But yeah, you guys, thanks, man. I appreciate all of you being here to watch. And so tonight, I kind of took requests from mainly the main things that you guys asked me are, number one, pack fresh stuff. All right, so we'll open a pack of cards tonight, and I opened one, and I got little pack stuff. Like I'll always get messages, right, where it will say like, hey man, I just opened this up, and like, what do you think about this corner? It's usually like 50-50, like, or maybe it's not even 50-50. It's either fixable or permanent on those things. There's never really like a middle. So we'll open up some packs tonight. I found, this is why I'll tell you guys, go dig through your cards sometimes, because you'll miss stuff. I would have always pulled out a Jordan Chrome card. I always would. Even if he's wearing a wacky Wizards outfit, I would have still pulled this out. And I didn't. But I found it, and it's all scratched up. We got hockey tonight. Too. 1954 Gordy Howe. So we got hockey. Don't you go anywhere. And we got vintage Pokemon. All right, so the stuff that all my friends like, all right? All my buddies like this stuff, so we're doing it all. Tim. Damn it, Tim, you're 6 minutes late. Where the hell have you been? All right, so Tim's here, everybody, so we can get started now. All right, so yeah, we got all of it, man. And somebody asked me what music I like to play. I pretty much, yeah. I'm a one man band lately. You know what I mean? But you know, anything from classic rock to '90s rock. I even like to sing like Snoop Dogg songs while playing chords. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that likes to stay busy. I'm always doing something. You know what I mean? So let me turn this thing around. All right, and we'll get started here. Now we got to use the microscope because my eyes are old, and I need to see a little bit better up here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fire up the microscope, you guys, because I have a pack fresh problem. I found it. It's not a Topps Chrome. It was a Topps paper. Do you guys remember last week, I was opening up some of these? Well, I found a pack corner problem, and we'll take a look at that, all right? And then I've never opened up a pack of WNBA Prism cards, but shout out to my buddy Whit and the guys at Three Kings at the card shop. Pick those up there, so we'll see what's going on there. So let me show you what I'm looking at. So, Topps basketball. I didn't get any chrome. The new chromes, they must have been popular. They were sold out, I think. Because I would have picked them up, but they just had the paper ones. But this is like just an insert that came in there. I worked on the Joker one of these yesterday. It had a dent on the back. I'll show you guys some pictures and stuff. But this came in the pack like that. So anytime you guys see me do a demo on this, you might even say, well, this card's worth $1. Like, who cares? I just want you to know it's about like the teaching of it, because you never want to have to face this for the first time when you're working on something that's really good. Do you seen that too? Right away. Already. Cool. I already saw somebody, Mighty Mug said, same deal. All right. So I guess it is because I only opened up. Well, no, I opened up the whole box. So, but these were the only few with problems on them. So here's what I want you guys to inspect. Sometimes the color will be totally gone, and it's just game over. But this is where a microscope is handy. Well, one of the many reasons where it's handy, but let me get you guys a good view. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use the old Card Care Kit as a booster table. So we're going to put that up there. So when you guys see something like this, there's always a chance you can save it. And this is we're not just talking about a 25 Topps card here. This is Upper Deck. Anything 1989 until now, premium paper cards. Not chrome, but modern paper cards. So when you see something like this, the first thing that I would typically want to do is I want to get in there and like move this over. But you got to be careful. You can't just click it over because sometimes you can crack it off. So what I'll suggest you guys do is get a little detail Q-tip. I use this as my little booster, but I actually need to get into this thing. So I want to get one of these. And what else do I want to get? I want to get this. And we'll go back to our booster table here. Like, remember when you're a little guy getting a haircut? That's what we're right there. So up on the booster. So I can teach everybody how to fix a corner. And what I'm going to do, you guys, is you're going to hear the card spray. I'm just going to pump it on a plate like twice just to get a little bit on a plate. And we're going to get our brush just lightly damp. The whole point here is not to get it soaking wet by any means. I just want to get it lightly damp. And if there's any chance to save this corner, I find it the best chance is to do it real careful and just literally touch on top of it with some moisture and see the door close. Watch it close. You see how that is going over? We're kind of like we're just watching it. Pretty cool, huh? So now we can get in there, and I can tell you this. We didn't pull that little thing off, so now let's just delicately go like that. And then, what am I looking for? A penny sleeve. You can just put a penny sleeve over it now, guys. So there's a sleeve on it. And now I can just put it back in place. Now, is it beautiful? No. But it's not perfect, right? You can still see a little bit of noise there. But that move right there, doing that and getting good at working out a little corner like that that's dog-eared and folded over, you guys, practice that move, because actually I'm looking at it right now over it. I might have judged it too early. I don't even know. I think that's actually, I don't even know if I'm missing paint. It might be a little wrinkle. So even holding it might help us out, all right? So like when you see that dog-eared piece bent backwards, just a little bit of moisture on it, and then it will like open up, and that will prevent it a lot of times from cracking, and you can fold it back into place. And I'll show you. So we got it up there. Now let's bring it back down here. And this is some of the stuff that I'll do these corner repairs, and I'll show a before and after picture, and they look crazy impossible, where it's very possible. It was just doing something kind of unique like that, where you think that the paint is all the way gone and it's still there. So now it's just in bad shape. So let's try something for the heck of it. I don't think we're missing all the paint there. So what I want to do next here, guys, is this. With the same damp, little detail swab I have right here, you know what I want to do? I just want to make this corner puffy. Okay, so I'm going to do that by transferring moisture in it like that. Let's open this thing up a little bit more, because it was, hey, check it out. It's like doing it right in front of our freaking eyes. Yay. How good is that? I thought it was crinkled and the blue paint was missing. Really, it's just wrinkled up. So look we're unpacking it. Let me see if I can get a better view. Yeah, it's just a little bit beat up, and the front's a little bit beat up too. Okay, cool. I feel better about this one. So let's do this. So in this case, again, guys, remember, pretend it's like a really important paper card. Practice on ones like this and you'll get awesome at it. Because you just don't have the same pressure when you're doing stuff like this, but you can really fine tune your skills on stuff like this. I know it's just a cheap corner, but isn't that way cool compared to where we started? So I get you guys this picture every day. Every day you guys send me this picture, and I'm like, I'll show you my corners and edge video, but it's cool that you guys are here watching it live, because we can just do it live. And it took me 3 minutes, 4 minutes, easy. Yeah, there's probably still more room for improvement. So then, I know you guys, I could geek out on this one card all night, and I'm sure we could all enjoy it, but I'll move on, I promise. But just let me show you, because you might say, all right, you got it this good, what would you do next? So what I would do next is just kind of paint it, just feel it, and then I would just get my corner tool. And picture this, you guys, like you see the angle here, right? So I want you to know this. Here's the method I'm doing. Follow the stick. I'll go from west coast to east coast. I'll go this way. I'll go from north pole to south pole, and then I'll go from northwest to southeast. So that's how I'll do it. And so when you see me just doing a little pattern right here, and it looks like I know, like I'm kind of got a rhythm, that's the rhythm. So you can see I'm doing west to east, and then we'll go northwest to southeast. And then I'll do that north and west edge. And if you guys just can practice this a few times, you'll crush it. And you'll make these corners look really, really good. So, there's a little bit of stuff I can't even do anything with because it was just factory damage. So, there's a great corner. And there's, a pretty darn good corner compared to where we started. But, so, just take that move, you guys, and use it. So, to everybody that shows me those little paper corners, they're usually the easiest ones to work on. A little bit of improvement, a lot of improvement, whatever. Just the card will work with you. So remember that, okay? Now, this one, when I was kind of giving you guys a little bit of a kind of preview when I was talking about what we're doing tonight, I was excited to grab this card because I was going through a box of, I thought it was all 90s stuff, but this is definitely not 90s. I think this is 2001, 2002, 2003, see? I know, it's weird seeing Jordan wearing a wacky Wizards jersey, but you know what I mean? But it's still Michael Jordan, and I still think it's a great card. But check this out. It's all scratched up. So I thought,
recovery demo. I'm like, yes. I'm like, it's got scratches north and south and east and west. Let's do it, you know? And thank you guys, everybody, for being here tonight. I'm glad that you guys enjoy watching this stuff. And I prep for it all week. I think about it all the time. So I thank you, if you guys too. I encourage all of you guys to do a gig every week, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't even have to be cards, whatever. But I think if you do a show every week, whatever your show is, it always keeps you focused on, doing something cool, So I hope you guys have the opportunity to do that. And good job on the corner fix there, man. The Soha dripper, that's sweet. It's I think it's some of my most satisfying stuff is, when you can get a corner or a structure back in place. It's pretty cool. I agree. But this isn't far behind it. So let's see how well we do. This would be one of the most scratched up cards that I've brought on in a bit. So let's do this. What I want you guys to do every single time, I got to practice what I preach. I was going to say, I want you to look at the back and then even look at the back. Let's just watch the circle light. And I know you guys, this card has a little bit of a Pringle effect to it. It's just been in a box for 20 years. So that's what they look like after 20 years. If that annoys you, you could always heat press it or something. But, that's a different show. But if you were looking at my light going, man, why is the circle all over the place? It's because it's wobbly. But I don't really see anything on the back. I don't see any scratches or anything. But the front, totally different. So here's what I want you to do when you're working with yours. If you guys got your stuff out right now and you're just like cleaning cards with me, start always with these we can do it quickly, but I just want you to use card spray first. Because there's a little system here. The fingerprints and oils they don't make the coolest before and after pictures. It's kind of just like, oh yeah, they're very basic. Yeah, but you got to get them off first, okay? So get those off first. So that's my point. Clean the card with card spray first. Then we're going to jump on it with card polish because I want to see what is like superficial. There could be substance. There could be stickiness on this card. This was likely opened by me and has been sitting in my collection ever since I opened it. So it's one of those, one of those ones I've had in the collection for a long time. So even card spray makes the card look nice, but it doesn't take away scratches. Those suck, you guys. I hope it's not a failure. But, anything we do together is cool, right? Hey, I got a question. Is there a way to use the black mats after a press? Are we talking a heat press, or are we just talking like a press between the pads and the plates? Heat press, I'd probably get new ones, even though I do flip mine a couple times. If you're just doing a card to dry a card between foam, you can reuse the foam pads, you guys, over and over. Okay? So I want to do card polish next, and then we'll see. Yeah, you know how your heat press pads, they'll just get real skinny. Will flip them around a couple times, but then I just get annoyed with them and I throw them out. If you guys need more of that material, I buy that stuff on Amazon, and and you guys, if anybody new, I'm sorry if I'm going fast. This is my cleaning polish. You'll see me use this on a lot of stuff because it's a good cleaner and a good conditioner, and it's safe on a lot of surfaces, this included. But this will do a good job of cleaning the card, conditioning up the plastic. It'll do everything except remove a scratch. So let's just do that next. Yeah, then pitch the pads. Don't mess up a card over a 5-cent piece of material. If you guys ever need more of the matte material on my website, I'll show you guys. Why am I sitting here talking? I'll tell you. You guys are already here. What the heck? I got to be a good host. Let me show you what the heck I'm talking about. So if you guys need more matte material, you just go to this lovely little website over here, kurtzcardcare.com. Go click on products we love. And then it will take you to the products that I love. And so one of those products that I love is the matte material. And it's right there. Okay?
And when you guys always see me looking over here, it's because I'm trying to read the questions you guys write me.
So that's why I'm always staring off to the left. So let's take a look at our Michael Jordan. Well, I can tell you this, all the haze, all the like kind of like filmy stuff, like you can still see a little bit on the edge. It's pretty much gone. The card is clean, but it's a scratcher, man. So now, this is when I say, now you guys can use a little bit of recovery and go after these scratches and see how we do here. And hey, if you guys don't mind, I was thinking about you guys today. I just wanted to tell you this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit of my scratch remover. But I want you guys to think about this. A lot of the projects you guys see me work on, really, I'm looking for certain cards. Now, this has happened to be in my box of old cards. But, I think that these good card care projects come from, like, having a good eye for shopping. So don't just buy a card with a grade and be like, it's an 8, I can improve it. It's a 7, I can improve it. Maybe. But try to at least gather a little details, like take a good look at them. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more later, especially when it comes to Pokemon. But when it comes to getting these scratches off, you do not need to use a lot of scratch remover. Really, less is more. And I want to show you guys what I mean by that. So we'll just use like just a little drop. Yeah, I think it's a sick card too, man. Thanks, Tom. I was telling a story. I would never leave a Jordan in my commons box. And like, if we can get this thing like perfectly, like all the scratches out, I would literally grade this card just because it's like, you never see him in a Wizards. And look how nice and centered this card is. It looks great, but we got a long ways to go. It's got a lot of scratches and stuff on it. Yeah, see, Chris, that's a great... Chris wrote, I learned a lot buying, damaged Pokemon cards. It's really helpful, and we'll do that, you know what I mean? Hey, well, let's see how good we can do it, you guys. I saved these good ones for you guys. Do you know how many times... I found this the other day. Do you know how many times I wanted to do this before you guys got here? Like, I looked at it like twice today. I'm like, I can find another scratchy one. Let me go do it. I'm like, no, I got to save it. Here's what I want you to do. Move your recovery around. You don't have to do the whole card at once. Just take your time. That's why I only picked out a few cards tonight. One thing I think I can do, you guys, is I fly. I'm always like flying. I'm just kind of wired that way. And I got to chill the heck out. You know what I mean? But yes, you guys, I could heat press this card to get it flat. Maybe we could do a double demo because look at it, it is wobbly. So there's a lot of improvement, So let's hope we can get some good scratches out of this one. So I'm going to start, you guys, with cotton. And I'm just going to kind of get the feel for this surface. And I'm going to do that by lightly buffing over and kind of just like walking the track, getting a pattern. And you're going to start to hear it. It kind of sounds a little bit like kind of whooshy, like shh. So now, you guys, I'm just buffing this lightly because, it had a lot of scratches. But you might have heard me say this before, and I'll say it again. It's not about force. Just take your time. Just now I'm going to fold it, okay? Hey, Ray asked a question. Ray, you can get your cards graded for sure. If grading is kind of a confusing thing sometimes, I don't think you would ever do this, man, but like it's never add like colors to your cards. Don't ever like trim them into better shape or anything like that. But like cleaning them up or like working out a dent or cleaning the surface, I think it's necessary, man. Especially like doing grading. Like, I grade a lot of cards. I probably grade 30 to 50 cards a month for me, just for my personal collection. I don't even sell them, I just hold on to them. And, I'm happy with my improvements, and I always like their little trophies to me. But grading's expensive, and it takes a long time. And, you gotta prep them up. Like tonight, you guys, hang out. Check this out. Tonight, I cracked this open today. Like a new card that I bought offline, graded a 5, okay? I'm going to show you why it's so important to clean your cards before getting them graded. So stay tuned, all right? This is coming up. And it's I think I have a lot of good information to share tonight, guys. So I'm really happy that you're here. Scuba, what's up, man? Dropping some good information. And I like that Scuba said if you're going to use a heat press on a card with an auto or serial numbers, put some parchment on the front so it doesn't stick to the padding. Wise advice, my friend. Yep, wise advice. You don't want to pull, just like you can clean serial numbers off, you can pull them off with the material too if you heat press it, I'm sure. I think I've done that. But the auto won't smear you guys. Like the auto, ink is pretty hardcore, you know. It's hard to remove ink. And I know you guys, you see me just kind of doing the same circles over and over on this. It takes me a minute when I'm doing a recovery session. So I want you guys to know that when I make like the weekly ones and I'm just like, you see my hand moving 1,000,000 miles an hour? You know, I'm just speeding them up, of course. But I appreciate you guys joining live tonight because I feel like I can just do it the normal speed, you know? And there's no music or no edits. And I want you to hear that sound. Hear that? And I'm not pushing hard, you guys, because that card spray bottle would be like all over the place. You'd see me shaking my desk. It's just getting a good grip. We're connecting with that plastic and we're making a good grip. I got some cool stuff to show you guys tonight too. I got if you guys love vintage stuff, I got a Gordy Howe card I want to show you guys next. I think I always pick out more than I can handle, so hang tight. I got a bunch of stuff to show you tonight. But let's just come up for a second here. I want to take a look at this because I felt like we were between, you know, the couple sessions we did here on it. I think we might have some progress. So just here's what I want you to do. Get out your microfiber and remove every bit of recovery and card polish so you can just kind of get an idea of where you're at. So let's take a look and see if we have to do some more. Okay, we got scratches right there above the hand still. This area where the circle is cleared up pretty well. We're crushing it, you guys. We got a little bit right there. All right, so we gotta focus right there where the circle is above MJ's hands, and in the circle there. We're doing it, my friends. We are doing it. So get the card comfortable. Now dude, I just read something that I want to say thank you for. Yeah, I was rushed. I hope everything turned out okay for you. He wrote, I made a mistake on a LeBron card when I tried to do way too much without the skill. Dude, thanks for being open and saying that. And hey, did you, I hope you were able to kind of maybe go back in and either A, get comfortable using it, or B, I hope there's maybe some help for the LeBron if there's any chance. If you need to ever send me a picture, you can. But it's such a key testimonial, you guys, because it's not, everything I show you is not real hard. It just takes a little bit of technique. And when you're using recovery, this scratch remover, you just got to develop a feel for it, all right? And you don't have to use, and the thing is, I'm not pushing or trying to scrub through the surface. Rather, I'm trying to just do soft, nice, consistent buffing on the trouble areas. If you guys have ever removed a scratch from your motorcycle or your truck or car or anything like that, you can use the exact same kind of pattern. And that's what I do. At least I'll just do tight little circles on and off. And that's the sound I'm aiming for right now. So let's finish this one like this. I'm sorry about the sound, guys, but it's necessary. Plug your ears or turn me down for a minute. And I know it sounds crazy where I say I'm not pushing hard, you guys. I am barely touching, but that's like the harmonic. That's the sound it will make when you're doing it right. All right. I sure would like to remove all these scratches, you guys, so stay with me. Yeah, I know. I apologize, you guys, about the squeak squeak, but literally that's how you do it. And we're doing a good job, you guys. We are doing a good job. Hold on. I want to be proud of it really well when I pick it up, the best I can at least. Yep. And when you guys see me coming down here and just doing little bits of it, I just want you to know I'm just using like this much. Just like a little drop. Yeah, you guys definitely. I'd say when you do certain things with cards, there is a bit of a risk and a learning curve. I'd say more of a learning curve, because I would say this, you guys, you rarely, and if I got a lot of viewers, a lot of my friends watching tonight. Am I right when I say this, you guys? Because I always want to lay it down as real as I can. Like, it's rare to make the same mistake twice, and mistakes are not super common. I try to, if you guys spend a little bit of time checking out my demos, reading my best practices, I can typically prevent you guys from like stuff that I had to learn the hard way. I never had a mentor or anything doing this stuff. It was just kind of like figure it out, But hopefully I can get you, way up to speed way faster than it took me, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's actually a good point. Corey, that's a good point. I bet you, Corey, that it's less than 2 pounds of pressure when I'm polishing, Corey. And I bet you less than 2 pounds, maybe a pound and a half of pressure when I'm doing it. But let me show you guys where we're at, and then let's we'll see if since I got the scratch remover out, we'll open up some basketball cards and see if there's any like pack fresh problems. I'm still got some scratches up in there. It's tough. See them? It's almost like, hold on, watch the light. I don't want to trick myself, because I'm like, is it on the surface of the card or is it not? Let me use my fingernail. It's weird, you guys. It feels like glass. I don't know if it's just some sort of hard to reach something. But I am very happy with that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's strange. I'll give it one more little. We'll give it one more little. Oh, you know what? I can see a little scratch there. I'm not giving up yet. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna do another round. All right. I was trying to catch it. I apologize, you guys, if somebody asked me a question and I didn't see it. If there's ever a specific card care question that you need my help with, and there's a bunch of smart people on this video right now, so chances are your question will be answered by me or somebody. But if it's something you need my attention on, you guys can always send me a, direct message. You know what? I got a question that said, would this work on Pokemon? You can absolutely use this on Pokemon. Not this intense, though, like we're doing with the basketball card. This card has a very hard and thick plastic surface on it. It's more rigid and tough. The Pokemon cards, you can do like a single pass or two with recovery over, because it has more of a... It's got a polyurethane finish. It's got a gaming card finish. But not even close to being as thick as you can't use a cotton, you guys, like this on Pokemon. You'd always want to just use your foam brush applicator. All right. This is how I'll get you guys with cards. I'll sit here and get fixated on a little patch of scratches, and not give up. But to keep us on track, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, and you're exactly right, Robin. Where Robin wrote, sometimes I'll just do and I'll get my scratches won't come all the way out. And this might be a perfect example of that, you guys, because remember above his head right here, I don't even know who that defender is. It was roasted. That part was the worst. This part was all scratched up. But, the competitive side in me gets like, all right, if all that crap cleaned up, why the hell won't that? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to come back to it. And I'll take a before and after picture, and if I can get it any better, you'll see. And if not, that's what it's going to look like in the after picture. All right? So I think to you guys that's like pretty darn realistic, right? We went through 3 cottons on that. I'd say removed about 70% of the scratches. The hardest ones that are cut in are pretty cut in. So maybe I'll never get to the bottom of those. But that's a pretty realistic go at it, right? So, hey, hang. You know what I get also every day is people showing me problems with cards that are brand new. And do you know that you guys, when I was going through and if you guys just joined or I haven't seen you yet tonight, what's up, you guys? Happy Wednesday night. Cheers to you guys. I feel like I was just talking your ears off about scratch removal, so hold on one second. We'll get a sip. Cheers. So, I know a bunch of my customers love opening new stuff too, because I bet you 20 times a day I will say these following words. Oh wow, that's really messed up. You should reach out to Panini with customer service and show them that issue. I get so many videos or pictures, you guys, of stuff that is like so beat up and so messed up right out of the pack. So things that are fixable out of the pack, sometimes light scratches, right? So we'll take a look. If there's ever like a patch card or like a relic or something like that, you can oftentimes like get like dings and dents out of them. But we'll see. All right. It's like I get new card pictures every day of random stuff that happens while they're made. So if we don't find anything in here, we'll just move on to a couple other things I got lined up. But let me turn this around. We'll open this up and we'll see what the heck's going on. A lot of times it will be scratches. So let's just take a look and we'll see if there's any issues or anything that we can run into. And what are these? 2022 WNBA Prism. Through my experience, Prism's hit or miss, man. You can open up a pack and they're like perfect cards. Or you open up a pack and they have a bunch of like peeling edges or heavy scratches or imprints. So we'll go through them. Yep, it doesn't take long, does it? There's like a line right there. So we'll put that in our pile. There's a scratch that goes all the way across the bottom. This one's fancy looking. Usually when there's like a serial number or a short print, those are always the ones that are the messed up ones. Hey, look at this one's not messed up. I don't know the hits. I'm just looking for all the scratches and all the stuff that's messed up. We'll see if we can do a demo on one. So far, so good. I think I found the first one was the one that had the most problem on it. And then we got scratches right next to her. So that stuff's frustrating. And, I don't know if that just automatically gets by a grader or whatever, if you guys want to get your cards graded and they don't care. But in my opinion, I always feel like that those scratches will just like hold you back, So like, I don't know if you can get every single one of them out, but like that comes right from the pack, right from the factory. And let's like give it a run. I mean, let's try at least. And since that's definitely like scratch land, I would just suggest using some recovery on it. I'm going to apply it with my wand a little bit up and down. I think Nick asked me a question. Nick, I like fluffy microfibers to remove the card polish or the recovery. So like either it's a small circle microfiber like I put in my kit, or like this. I like soft, fluffy microfiber. I feel like that gets in all the nooks and crannies and just does a good job. So you guys, you'll have to just remember this one because I don't have a picture to do before and after. But let's just remember we got a scratch next to the word prism pretty much down the card. So when you see something like that, I would just suggest using a little wand, little bit of recovery, and let's just see if we can, because this would be one of the most common questions I'll get with, I guess we always call them print lines, right? And I'm using the stick right here instead of the cotton just because it's easier for me. Can you hear the noise? I'm still getting a good grip. Not pushing hard, you guys, because if I was pushing hard, the wand would snap in half. So light pressure. And if these little things, now these vary, you guys. These little things can be permanent and never change, or you can pull them off easily. So they vary, but we'll just take a look and see if we can do anything with this variety. I can barely see it, you guys, so I might be able to get this one to go away. 1 second. Why we deal with our squeaks. Have you guys had anything like, here's what I'm curious if anybody, share some info with me. I think it's probably pretty clear to most of us that follow cards for sale. Have you guys seen like some crazy expensive, like sales lately? I mean, I'm sure the answer is yes, right? So like, does that encourage you guys, if you're a person that naturally like holds on to your cards or, has a PC, have you been tempted to like sell your best stuff lately? Or have you been holding on to it? It's like, I have no intention of selling my favorite cards right now, but see how nice that is? No more print line. So cool, right? I can still see a little bit of it in that silver top a little bit. So just do a couple applications, you guys. But you can usually get those things out of there. I don't know if you can get this one out. That looks severe to me. But let me at least show you. Let me just show you an example of how I'd go after something like this. As soon as I saw this one, I'm like, ugh. All right, so I got one answer up here. Really bad about selling. I want to keep every card. I am the same way. I am. I know a lot of cards are going up in value, and I'm like, well, what did I buy them all for? And I'm like, I guess I bought them a long time ago, and like I still buy them because I'm like, I always want to feel like I'm a treasure hunter, and I'm like getting something, I made the right call or I bought the right stuff. But I've been seeing cards that I bought in the hundreds or less, even sell for like crazy money, and I'm like, is this real? I was just like, this like basic cards. Have you guys seen like how from modern era, I always like shorter print stuff like Downtowns and Kabooms and Color Blasts and things like that. And I was looking at recent completed sales of these cards and like they're through the freaking roof. And I'm like, wow, like, is it time to sell or is it just time to watch the hobby roll by? I don't know. Let's take a look at one application, see if I can still see how sharp that scratch is. I can still see it all the way down there. Man, it's a tough one, you guys. Yeah, that's real tough. Let's try one more time, and then we'll move on to something different. I just want to I want to show you a technique where I'll use a Q-tip like this, or sometimes I can get these little things out, but you got to get a little bit smaller, okay? So what I'll do, or I'm going to have you do, is let's just go up and down that line. And if I can't get this to go away like this, I'm done. I'll just move on. And this is when I tell you guys to move on. Yeah, man. And I hear that. Like, I just read somebody like, hey, it's a great time to make a sale. It will do some stuff for the family. That's a no-brainer. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I'm fortunate to have cool cards. They're all bought and paid for. I don't have partners or any, we don't share them or anything like that. So it's just they're all mine. But some things I just can't replace. And and even though the cards I could get other ones, as you guys understand, as collectors, I don't know how often this one pops up, and especially when they only made 5 of them or 10 of them, and it's, first world problems. I know. It's not even a problem. It's just kind of a thought. So right now, you guys, I'm using recovery. I guess I should put that in the screen, shouldn't I? That's what I'm using. I'm attempting to, because this one on this card, real bad, you guys. Real bad. So I don't know if this one's doable, but we were just doing pack fresh stuff. But hang tight, because I want to do a Gordy cow. I want to show you guys a hockey project I'm working on. And then I want to show you we're going to do a vintage Pokemon card together too. So I'm just getting small here, and this is my last attempt when it comes to a scratch, where I can just see if I can feel it out. Because if this don't do it, I say you can just move on to the next one. But, that same exact line right there, you guys, that I have been successful at getting that line out of Bowman Chrome, year after year. Prism, sometimes just not so much. Like that. Oh, see, it makes me competitive. It's getting better. It's still in there pretty deep. But you guys get it, right? Sometimes scratches are unique, where it's I don't even know if it's it's not even really that much of a scratch, but when you hold it sideways, it looks like it has depth to it or something like that. So always, and I'm sure you guys, again, to be mindful and keep moving, I could probably sit here and work on that thing for 20 more minutes. So if it's yours, do it. But here's what I don't want you to do. Don't get heavy-handed, and don't start digging through the card, and don't be pushing on it too much. You're never going to achieve anything by breaking outside of the normal delicate routine. As soon as you start changing your approach, the results are going to vary. You know what I mean? So and then learn from a stubborn mule like me. You do 3 coats of recovery over a scratch, and you're doing it all detailed and all nice, and it ain't going anywhere. You can just be like, all right, dude, I tried. There's not anything that's going to change this. You know what I mean? So when it comes to usually 3 applications, 4 applications like I just did on a Chrome card, you can work on a Chrome card a lot. Just don't freaking push through it. Just stay light, stay soft, get the squeak, all right? Don't go anywhere, because we got to do a Pokemon card. But what I want to do, you guys, is show you something. Let me get prepared over here. I got to look over to my left, because I got to show you some pictures. You know how usually, you guys, I start a project with you guys, and then I'll be like, wait, I'm going to show you the results. I want to end a project with you guys today. And that project is going to be a Gordy Howe 1954 Parkhurst. All right. So let me show you guys my project. All right. Let me turn this thing around. So this right here, if you guys can see that, that is the card that we are going to be talking about here. And then here's the back. The back just kind of had like a lot of like grit in it, if you guys can see. And just probably a lot of rubbing on the card behind it, in front of it. You get a lot of those little friction marks just from card rubbing on it. But you guys, you see like the dinginess in there? So that is why I bought this card. All right, so like Detroit Red Wings are my hockey team. Gordy Howe is like, you know, it's like a godfather in the house that I grew up in. My grandmother used to work at the Olympia. It was where the Red Wings played. And she ran the switchboard there, and they lived all downtown Detroit. And it was just like, I got great stories about the Detroit Red Wings. And Gordy Howe was in a lot of those stories. And yeah, my grandmother had a crush on Gordy Howe, that is for sure. She loved Gordy Howe. So she passed that on to me because I got a crush on Gordy Howe too. And if you collect hockey or you love freaking awesomeness, you probably have a crush on Gordy Howe too. But if there's a chance, if you're not familiar with him, you'll look him up. You guys, he's a big freaking bruiser, badass, scores all the goals, knocks everybody around, wins the championships, and just did it like, you know, like a boss, like an old boss. And that's why Gordy Howe's awesome. You know, so let me show you guys where it. Let me show you guys where we landed. All right. Scuba, congrats, buddy. Good job. Sarge, what's up, homie? So here's what I wanted to show you guys, the Gordy Howe. I was just reading the comments because I like to see people celebrating. And I'll do another quick before and after real quick, all right? So let's go back to my picture time. So that's where I started, you guys, and I bought this because I love projects. I read this comment. It's great. I'm in Houston. What is this hockey you speak of? It's crazy, man. Yeah, you use hang tight. It's going to get down there. But I love white vintage cards because I can clean them up real nice. Okay. So here's what we did on this one. We're at the end. Okay. We're at the end. So here's what the steps I've taken on this. Number one, I got the card and put it in a semi-soak. I did a semi-soak on it for like 2-3 hours. And that helped the just break down that yellow kind of just old color, you know, that old dinge that gets all over those cards. And after that, I put it in the hot tub time machine. It's just a bath of card spray that's warm. And I soaked it for 20 minutes, and then I dried it. Something I want to tell you guys about drying. I used, you know, if you've watched my channel before, you know what this is. You probably got these at your house right now. But like, this is what I call a card sandwich, pads and plates. Now, most times you guys, a vintage card is going to take about 3 chamois. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Let me show you something real quick. So after I soaked this card, and don't worry, you guys don't have to take notes, okay? I'm going to drop the video of this. I filmed the whole thing. But I go through about 3 chamois. So after I take it out of the card soak, I will put 1 chamois on the back of the card, pull up as much moisture as I can between the pads and plates, do a second, do a third over about a day and a half. And then I finish it between the pads and plates. And it's just been hanging here in the pads and plates for a couple days. So now I want to show you guys what it looks like, all right? So let's turn this thing around and I'll show you what it looks like now. And my whole goal was to get this thing, you know, nice and clean again. And if you guys love vintage cards, pick up a couple of these white ones because they are ultimately satisfying, and I will drop the video for you soon. All right, ready? So here is my Gordy Howe. And I am very, very happy to show this to you guys because it's like, it lightened up probably 3 shades. Like, let me go back to my picture. I want to show you guys where we were. So that was and I got a video coming, you guys, but like, that's where we started. But I'm always, you know, starting a video on these shows going, all right, I'll show you in a couple days. Well, that's what it looks like in a couple days. And it looks great now. So we got a really nice Gordy. The stains like lifted out great. Here's something I want to show you. Very important. It's flat as a board, right? because drying a card is super important. It's very easy to get a card wet, and drying it is the key. And then you guys, the back, well, the back looks good. The back wasn't really bad anyways. But that is something that I'm proud to show you guys. So that right there is my Gordy Howe project. And if you guys are like, hey, I need to know more, I want to see more, I'm going to have that full video posted. I got to edit it. I love doing all the card care projects, but then I got to take all the pictures, put it all together, chop it up, watch it a few times, make sure it makes sense. And then, and then it will come together looking good. I can't wait to go look for the Northern Lights. I saw Scuba Northern Lights. Man, we got a clear sky in Michigan tonight. I'm going to go look. Mike, if my buddy Mike's on, Mike was in Colorado last night. And, man, he sent me some pictures from Colorado, and it was incredible. Let me bring in another project if you guys are down for one more. If you guys are down, we'll just do one more tonight, okay? Because I'm going to need all this stuff. I'm going to need that. I'm probably going to need that. I'm probably going to need that. I'm going to need this. All right, I got all my tools. Yeah, Dominic, you can do a, Dominic asked a question. He said, hey, card soaks are, and semi-soaks are for vintage only. No, not at all, man. You can do some great semi-soaks on modern era cards. And you just got to use a light amount. Light them out. Benji, what's up? What's up to all you guys, man? Thank you guys for your commitment of hanging out and learning new stuff to add value to like your time and your collections and everything. So I just want to tell you guys, I freaking love you guys. So thanks for always like, you hold me accountable, you guys. You gave me the best damn job in the world and you hold me accountable, and I love you guys for that. Cheers to you guys. So here's what I want to tell you guys, and I'll keep it brief because you've been hanging out with me for a while. I know I'm not the most brief, but I wrote this down because it was on my mind today. I'm like, this is what I want to stress. And I wrote, great card care starts with great buys. Not every dent or problem or issue is the same, So it's like, the more you guys work on your cards and get hands-on, the more that you're going to be able to start seeing the matrix, start seeing what's fixable and what's not fixable. And part of seeing the matrix, you guys, is paying attention, using the grading, not only to tell you what number it is, but also like kind of taking it a step further. For example, let me show you guys something. There was an auction a couple weeks ago, and I think it was Fanatics. I think that's Fanatics. But you know what I'll do? And I'm happy to tell you guys all this stuff, like, because I want you to do it too. I'll look up. I start looking for cards, PSA cards. They're like 5s and 6s. So like Pokemon friends, everybody loves Sabrina's Gengar and the reverse Charizard and all these different like cool like Pokemon cards. And so the thing is, you guys, I found this auction, and it was all of these cards were from the same seller. They show you who the sellers are now on these auctions. And they're all from the same dude. And then they're all brand new graded, okay? They're all newly graded. So then I started zooming in, and they're all sequential serial numbers. This guy didn't clean up any of his cards. So he has all these cool Pokemon cards that are filthy. So remember this. In a time where cards are bananas and these grading companies are grading 1 million plus cards a month and doing all this, all this action, there are so many people that are just sending in so many cards to get graded, all right? And they don't know about card care. They don't know that it's important to clean them up. They'll just send all these things and get graded just to sell them. So then you'll find, sometimes, I found like 9 of these cards in a row that were all sequentially numbered. All of them are dirty, all right? So there are treasures to be found. And let me show you guys like this one. So let me turn this thing around. And I have content now for a few weeks for us, you guys, because they were all from like the same guy, and they were all just, I assume, cards that he just threw in a box and sent them to the place to get graded and get and sell them, and there was no care involved. So if you guys are ever interested in, like, what does a PSA 5 look like? I love that. And let me tell you guys, this is where I start with Pokemon cards, about a 5. Because I do like to see a grading increase, and I like to see a good before and after. And I'll tell you what I don't like to get stuck with. I'm not looking for Pokemon cards with like creases and wrinkles. Man, I can't get stuck on with that stuff. It takes for ages, you know what I mean? But if you got like a wobbly card or a dented card, I'm down for that. You know what I mean? We can get a dent out. But let me show you what this 5 looks like, all right? So I think you guys, because here's the thing. I want you guys to stay on fire with card care. So that, again, back to picking out the right projects. Because if you're picking out projects, if you get this card and it's wadded up and wrinkled, and you're like spending day after day spraying it with freaking card spray and holding it between mats, and you're like, it's not even getting any better. No crap. That project sucked. And you're going to be like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm getting nowhere. So listen, use the grades in your favor. Start looking at 5s, because what's a 5 going to tell you? There's room for improvement, probably. It's also going to tell you what's not there. There's not a big, fat, permanent crease, because a PSA company ain't going to give a 5 to a Pokemon card with a permanent crease on it. So you're already out of the woods there, right? And they're affordable. 5s are great. And then you get a lot of, they usually equal good projects. So it kind of puts you in the sweet spot. But then when I'm looking at these, you guys, I'm clearly looking at the back. A 5 is typically going to have, a little bit of missing color, whatever. But if you see it with all over, I'll pass. But if you just see a little bit of missing color on the back and it's a 5, that tells me we can use card care on it. So let's take a look. And we'll figure this one out together. So here's what I'm seeing. So like right off the bat, you guys, when I was looking at this card, I'm like, all right, it's a 5. And I'm like, well, man, nobody even cleaned this card up. It's got crap all over it. All right, so then, hey, did it looks like did 2 friends just meet in here? Is Greg and Dominic, or were you guys planning to hang out here tonight? I'm glad that you guys are both here. What's going on, you guys? So you caught me. We're looking over a dirty Pokemon. See, like, look at that. You guys, you don't want to send a card to get graded that looks like this. You know what I mean? Like this, don't even bother. It's going to cost you more money. Good to see you guys. I'm glad you're all here. So this is a 5, a PSA 5. So let's examine the side of it. I mean, it's flat. It's flat, right? I mean, I don't see. And then let's look at our light. I don't see any dents, but dude, it's dirty, you guys. So this card is basically a 5 because it's dirty and it has some chipped paint around the corners. I can't do anything with that part. But dude, you guys, we can clean this up really well. Let's do that. So let's start on the back. And yeah, I'm Jake, you can tell your dad to figure out Instagram. I try to get my mom to figure out Instagram because she watches it on Facebook recorded. I'm like, Mom, you can download Instagram. It's very easy. I'm like, if I can figure out Instagram, you can figure out Instagram. But yeah, Jake, you tell your dad to get on here and watch some card stuff with us. So you guys, I'm just putting card spray over here because I want to like dab at it. And I have like made a mess here tonight. All right. So recap, we're working on a 5. And I busted it out just a couple hours ago. And I'm always curious to see what these things look like and what constitute a 5, because I tell you what constitutes a 5 has changed throughout the years. I'll tell you guys that. It's like the numbers have stayed the same at PSA, but the standards have changed, and that's for darn sure. So this is an easy process, you guys. I'm just wiping away from the edge. I'm just really cleaning the entire surface. Usually pretty easy process. But you'll see already, see the beige and brown? Like, yeah, definitely not what you want to do. And we'll do the same on the front. And you guys, you'll get a vintage Pokemon card like this, likely a little bit damp when you're cleaning it. And I'll show you what that looks like. Might get a little bit of a curve to it. Don't worry. We're not going to get this card like soaked out, so it's going to be just fine. But look. Oh yeah, you guys, I can give you some tips on breaking slabs tonight, okay? You know, so remind me when we're done with this. I'll show you how I did this one. You guys, what I did with this is I just, it's actually a good time to show you. Let me just grab the tool. It's easy, you guys, just to kind of go around them with a snub nose clip like this. I just kind of clip around it, then open it like a clam. It's easy to open. All right, so now you guys, what I want to do is get a little bit more granular on here because I just kind of did a general wipe down. But what I want to do next is we're going to have to hold this card tonight too. So I'm going to clean it because it's probably going to get a little bit wet, you guys, and it will get a little bit of a curve to it, you see? So let's clean it up, and then I'm going to hold it all night in the pads and plates, and then it will hopefully be wonderful tomorrow. But as you guys can see, I got some of the stuff off, but not all of it. You know? Yeah, you guys, the tile tool is helpful. It is. I used to always cut off the corners and use my little stubby screwdriver to open them up. Some cases you have to do that. But you guys, just like I tell you guys on, please practice on, learn how to clean a base card. Same thing with slabs, you guys. Buy, there's a card selling every 2 seconds on eBay that's in a slab, and it doesn't matter the card or the player. Just like get a couple PSA slabs that are for sale and open them up. I was nervous to do that too because I was always comfortable working on the cards, but I'm like, man, I don't want to roast this card. And I had to learn. But then after you do it a few times, like you kind of just, it's easy, it's pretty easy. So. Greg, you just caught my eye. So Greg wrote, what's the best regrade you got? Man, I've been doing this for a long, long time, Greg. Lots of good ones. I'm just thinking like Pokemon style. A couple weeks ago, we did a card that was wobbly, and I'm going to use card polish, you guys, just to clean up the front too. Cleaned up I bought a PSA5, our standard 5s, and I cracked it open on this show with all of our viewers and everything, and we couldn't find anything wrong with it. It was like a letdown, and the only thing wrong with it was wobbly. Yeah, it had like I don't know, it's like a kink to it, and we flattened it out, and I sent it in, and it went from a 5 to a 10, and I bought the card for $100 in a 5, and then like by the time it was like regraded and all that stuff, the card was worth like $1,600 or something like that. So that's always fun, it's like spend $120 total on a card and getting it graded, and then it goes up 5 points. Like that's pretty sweet. But I bet you there's a lot of people on this video right now that could tell you some great stories, Greg. There's a ton of talented people that just it's all about finding the right card, you guys. It's just I can't make something out of nothing, but when it's dirty and it's a little dented or a little scratched, that's the skill set that I've always used, and you'll never run out of finding cards that are dented or scratched or beat up. I mean, it's Candyland. If you like working on cards, man, you'll never run out of stuff to clean up. I don't even know, you guys, if we have to use our scratch remover on this card, because when I show you this, it looks right back to stock on the front. It doesn't even look real weathered or anything like that. Because another thing, too, is when I also stress to you guys, like, get a base card, get a base card. It's not always just to like practice on. It's also to know what they're supposed to look like. Because you don't want to like go crazy on a holographic square right here and turn it into like a disco ball. Like, you guys see how it still has like the matte finish? Like, let me see if I can use my words right here. Like, before we get, so like I can make it look all bananas and crazy, right? Like wow, how pretty, which it is. But like, what I really want you to see is the true look of it. So like, let's hold it like this and like we'll let this light kind of roll on it. You see how it still has that like nice matte finish and it's not like a shiny disco ball and looks ridiculous? That's the stock look. You don't want to like push it too hard. Now, I do see above the moth wings, we got a little bit of wear and tear there. So what I would want to do is up here on the top border, you guys, I just keep going back here because I'm not sure if I have a stain up there, a little Pokemold, or if it is a, never mind, I got it. I redact my statement. That's out. I do want to use a little bit of recovery, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here. And this is my scratch remover, you guys, and I'm just going to use a little bit like that. I'm going to use a different applicator, and let me just show you how that works. New applicator, and I don't want you guys to buff Pokemon cards with cotton. It's too much of an aggressive approach, but here's what I want to do. I'm going to put a little bit of card polish on here too to make it just extra smooth, okay? And I put a little bit of scratch remover up here. I am barely touching this thing, you guys, but just that wear, the surface of this card had a, if you could catch it in the light, this had a little dryness to it. All right, that's it. That's all I want to do. I want you guys to get comfortable going all over the edges, everything. You know, just get comfortable doing like everything you're seeing me doing. Now check this out. I think this is good. Do you see how, you guys, it doesn't look like it doesn't look chapped anymore or dry, but it doesn't look obnoxiously shiny. Like, it's a true restoration. It looks, in my opinion, that's something I'm proud to show you. That looks good. And then, like, let's look at our borders. We had a lot of stains on the borders. Let's try those areas a little bit more. And if you guys don't mind, I'm not in a, again, I know we've been hanging out a while tonight, but I'm not in a rush, and I don't want to like rush you. I'd much rather teach you the right way than the fast way. So let's use our technology. I don't want you guys scrubbing on those little pokey mold things if it's missing paint, because if it's missing paint, you're going to get more missing paint. So here's what I want you to see. Here's what I'm seeing. I think I can remove that. I think that's something we can get to go. If you guys, I know it's a far view for you guys right now. Hold on, let me try to, okay. You should see me try to balance this stuff. I'm like bent over sideways. I'm like, all right, let's see if we can do this. Heck yeah, man. We got it. I'm sitting here like holding my breath, you guys. It's like hard to, you know what I want to do is I want to look at those a little bit closer. I know it's just like, you could be like, hey dude, it's just 2 little specks. It's all good. But it's just part of it. You gotta get these little things if you can, so let me just see if I can get in there. See, that's why you got to do it. Now I got that one little one there. Hold on. So I'm just going to hold it for a second. And do you guys see how this was way more effective coming up here and doing this? Because look at that. I would have said, what was I doing? I was about ready to bail. I was like, all right, guys, that's good. Because you know what? It's like because I already, what I said to myself in my head? I'm like, oh, I'll come back and do this, just to let the guys do something else. And I thought to myself, no, this is what these guys come here to watch. I'll find myself doing some like detail crap off camera, and I'm like, you know what? This is what they want to see. So hold on, let's get those little details right there. So I'm hoping to get those things off. And you see how microscopic they are, but like, why not? Oh, I did it. Oh my goodness. All right. So that was like a little bit, getting in extra close to you guys, but that's what I want you to do, like, why not? If you got the microscope and you sit here and watch these shows and you're like, this is something I'm into. I'm glad that you guys take the time to watch and do that, because I was just thinking to myself, it'd be easy for me to turn the camera off and be like, and that's how you do it, guys. But I was like, you know what? I saw those little spots. Get in there with these. Here's what I was doing. Brand new one. You guys see the new one? You see how it's sharp at the tip? That's what I was doing the scratching with. That was like the dry cleaning one. This one's wet. See this one? That's wet. And that's why, you guys, it was, I was getting there. I was cleaning with this one, with the wet one, and then I was going in here with the dry one and picking at it with the dry one like that. All right, so that was it. Now let's take a look at it, because I don't even know if we're done with it, but I can tell you that I feel much better about taking my time and talking to you guys about that than just flying through it. So, let's review again. Where's my little... I'm looking for the grading plate that I put somewhere around here. I'm sure I'll find it in a second. But okay, so here's where we started, you guys. 2000 Venomoth holographic jungle first edition Spanish. It was a 5. So you guys see how the card spray dried on the back and it's back to being flat? If you guys are ever cleaning your cards and all of a sudden you wipe down the back and it gets curved, look at it. Just let it chill for a few minutes. It'll get back to flat. Okay? So look at, we got a nice finish. We got the stains off the border. I don't see any dents on the card. The back. Let's see. Usually the Pokeball will get some of those stains on it. I have minimal. That's missing paint. I think it's better than a 5. You guys if you don't mind, here's the only part in person that's a little bit looks a little strained, is the top edge. If you guys can see it, it's a little strained. It's a little, but you know what I'll do? Since you're here, I'm not going to tell you. Let's just do it. And then this will wrap it up, you guys. So hang with me for a few more minutes and we'll call it a night. But this is where card polish, that's where this stuff kicks ass, because it's a conditioner and a cleaner, and it's a good deep cleaner. And there's nothing that's all we can do. Is just hope that we can just kind of condition this up and it gets nice and blue like the rest of it. And if not, still, I'm happy. This is well worth my purchase. And yes, you guys, I will get it graded again. And, it takes a while, but for sure, I'll get it graded again. I think it's better than a 5. And I just think it's a cool card. I like that Pokemon comes from in all the different languages and all the different countries and everything. So I thought the Spanish was sweet. It's a good one, man. That turned out really well. So that, and then, yeah, I think you guys, my takeaway here is there's this there's a little bit of chippage around the card, I'm sure, it's just not perfect. But dang, it's way better than a 5, isn't it? In my opinion, and look at it, now it's back to being flat, so nothing to worry about there. And yeah, just that top edge has a little bit of play, a little bit of fade. Yeah, maybe that's just the main reason. Oh, there's one thing there's a little bit of dirt on there, but you guys know how to do it now, so you can come back. And I'm just going to go over that top border one more time because there's kind of a goober on the back. But that's how you do it, and now you guys know how to do it. Yeah, I know, Rush 2027, isn't it? I know, but you know what I've been doing to keep my grading coming back nicely for me is I'm sticking to the 10 card rule. Every time I get 10 cards that I want to grade, I get them graded. I used to wait, dude, and I'd get 100 cards. And then it's just I hated looking at the stupid bill. I hated waiting for 100 cards to get back. Now that I'm doing the 10 rule, I'm always getting them back. And I'm I like showing you guys, my wife loves cards. My kids think they're cool. But I mean, really, it's you guys are my homies. I like showing you guys my card collection. I like seeing your stuff too. You know what I mean? So tonight was sweet. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a good time. I stayed moving. What do I owe you guys any follow-ups? We did the clay. We did a corner repair tonight, you guys. Did it pretty damn good on my Michael Jordan card. I'm not stopping on those scratches. I'm going to do some more applications of recovery on my scratch card because I'm competitive like freaking Michael Jordan. But yeah, again, no one to hold them. I'm not going to ruin the card, okay? What I'm talking about, you guys, is this card had 85% of the surface had scratches on it. I got about all of it gone to about 10%. But you know me, the 10% remaining tweaks me. So, because I'm a weirdo like that. Opened a pack. We got one print line off. One didn't do anything. So we were 50% on that. Gordy Howe was sweet, you guys. I'm going to have the vintage video Gordy Howe posted here probably the next couple days. So you guys can watch the vintage. I just kind of went through it quickly tonight. I know how important it is to the steps. If you're newer to this, I get it, you guys. So I will absolutely do that. And then our gaming card. I'll do some before and after pictures of the Pokemon card because I like that. They always look good. They always, especially since they have the special little holographic square. It always looks sweet. But I just, you guys are the best, man. Thank you. You know what I mean? All right, hey, Mike, deal. Mike said a star card. We'll do a star card. Mike, now that you're on the spot, what do we want to do? A star card with a bad edge, bad corner, a dent, a wrinkle? I got so many star cards, you guys. Tell me, Mike, message me. Tell me what you want. I take requests for Wednesday Night Live. Everything here tonight, you guys, is based on the most common things that you guys send me during the week and when you're asking me for help. So I'm a terrible mind reader, but I'm happy to serve you when you ask me the same questions and I see consistency. Teach me how to buy a card. Teach me how to break one open. Teach me how to clean it up nicely. Teach me how to get it graded. I love doing that. It's brought me joy my whole life. So if I can share with you guys, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's one thing I can do for you. But all right, I'll wrap it up. Thanks for the great turnout tonight, you guys. I appreciate you sending my best to everybody. Take care of your cards, but more important, take care of yourself. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. I'll see you guys next week.